Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Double your chances to win all month long in March with two big promotions. On Fridays, embrace the madness and win a share of $150,000 in cash and free play. On Saturdays, starting March 8th, go for the gold and win your share of up to $10,000 in cash and free play in the 80K Fool's Gold giveaway. Enjoy live entertainment all month long and play for your chance to win big in March only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
This week, we're going to run down the hits and the misses from WrestleMania 41.
The main event, NXT title on the line, Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans. One of the greatest triple threat matches I've ever seen in my life.
I'm shocked.
And it made history because it's the first time there's three black men highlighting the NXT pay-per-view.
Okay.
That was dope, too.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
How about Mr. Irrelevant coming from the Memphis Tigers? Yeah, how about that? New England Patriots
Second
took
time.
Memphis defensive back Kobe Minor with the 257th overall pick.
If you're the player getting drafted at that spot, it's almost better to go undrafted and pick a place as an undrafted free agent to sign with where you have a better chance.
But you get a lot of stuff. You get a parade. I think you go to Disneyland, I believe.
Mr. Irrelevant goes to Disney?
I think so.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We're going to do our pick six favorite Outkast songs in honor of Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Elevators is the most creative.
Me and you.
Yes. Your mama and your cousin too.
And I can't, every time I hear somebody say me and you, I
just go to the next one, right?
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
The other thing that came out this week that we were talking about innovation and Nike and all that, they dropped these $900 hyper boots that
900.
I mean they're a recovery shoe apparently that you wear after sports, whatever.
Who's buying it? Because all the athletes that we see, they're going to get seated this. So who's going to actually pay $900 for this?
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people. Welcome to The Odds Couple. Monday edition of the large program. Glad you are with us as we recap a busy weekend in the world of sports and we look ahead to this week and what's coming up, and we'll handicap the action for you and look ahead to what's coming up. We will recap the Kentucky Derby as that was run on Saturday. We got NBA playoffs into the second round, NHL playoffs also into the second round now. Some Major League Baseball, big start for an individual player who could be making history this year. We'll tell you about that coming up a little bit later on as well. Plus, we got Fish Nuggets. We'll look at some of the action coming up this week as well, and the game show that has swept the world. Who Said It? That's coming up later in the show as well. I'm Rob Fisher. Lang Whitaker is alongside.
Hey,
Hello,
Rob.
Lang. How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
Doing well. Like your shirt?
I got the Public Enemy shirt. I went to the River Beat, as a lot of people did. It was great. Really good time. I don't know. Did you go, CJ?
No, I didn't make it down there.
Yeah.
I hate I missed it, but it looked like fun. I saw some of your story on Instagram. It
Yeah.
looked like a great time, man.
I actually didn't want to go. My wife was the one who was like, on Saturday morning, she's like, "We should go. We should go tonight." It's the Killers and Public Enemy, and I was like, I just wanted to stay home and watch the Braves Dodgers. Then they had a rain delay, so it was a good thing I didn't stay home. But we went, and it was great. Like the main takeaway to me was like it wasn't like I don't like going to things where there's too many people.
Right.
Like I don't want to deal with crowds. And
World.
Like, yeah. Even going to like an SEC football game, like that's a little bit much for me nowadays. Like I just like you gotta park and walk and afterwards you gotta walk back and you gotta force your way in through the crowd to get into the arena. Like I went to the Alabama-Georgia game last year in Tuscaloosa, and just getting in the gate took us like 45 minutes. Well, I think it's just Trump was there, but it took forever to get through security and into the place. But Riverbeat, man, we went right in. You could just go from stage to stage. Like there was no point where we felt like jammed in there. Even when the Killers played, like you could just kind of walk up, find a spot, do it. So it was cool. It was my son's first big concert, and the first concert I went to was Run DMC, Public Enemy, DJ Jazzy Jeff, and the Fresh Prince, EPMD. This big touring rap show when I was in middle school, high school. So we I must have been earlier than that. But I went to that, and we'd been talking like, what's my son's first show going to be? And I was like, oh, it's got to be Public Enemy. So we went.
Did he get a shirt?
He got the hoodie that says Enemy #1 on the back, which is great.
Nice.
But it made me think, like, I ask people this question a lot because I think it tells you a lot about who the person becomes. Like, what was your first concert?
Mine was at the old Checker Dome in St. Louis. It was Poison.
See?
Poison.
Tells you a lot about the person.
What does that tell you about
me?
It was Poison, and Dokken opened up for him.
Dokken. Another hair metal. CJ, what was yours?
I didn't go to my first concert till like 25 maybe, and it was Fall Out Boy.
See?
Nice.
Yeah.
Tells you a lot about a person.
Oh, well, good. Glad you had a good time. Sounds like it was a great time at the Riverbeat.
It was.
This week. So awesome. CJ, how was your weekend?
I was straight.
I also watched the UFL.
Yes. Lang was texting us about all the happenings at the showboats as they effed me again. I can't catch these boats, man. One week they get the hell beat out of them. The next week they look almost competent. If they ever get that quarterback thing figured out, they'll be all right. That's a good UFL defense that they have there. They just got to figure out the quarterback thing, and when they do, they'll be good to go. I think it's too late this year. They're about to be eliminated from the postseason if they're not already eliminated.
Might be. Yeah.
They should already be eliminated.
1-5 now?
1-5.
Their defensive coordinator looks like Captain Hook. I sent you guys a picture. He had long hair and a hat that was flipped up on. The cool part about the UFL, having not watched a lot of it, is the broadcast. I mean, you're basically on the team. They have microphones on the head coach, the quarterback, the referee, everybody. You hear every single thing. Like when they challenge a call, like Mike Pereira is the replay official, so he's got a mic on, and he'll say they have the mic on him as he's reviewing the play, and he's like, well, I'm looking, I don't see holding here, and he'll ask the referee questions. The referee has a mic on. They had the sideline reporter was sitting in the booth with the defensive coordinator. That's how I found out what the guy looked like. And he's like, what are you going to call here? And the guy was like, I think we're going to run a 2-deep blitz here. It's, second and long, whatever. But it's really, the access is almost like unparalleled. It kind of makes me understand why I wouldn't want to actually go to the game. Because it's such a better, a lot of people don't want to go to games because they're like, oh, I have a big TV at home. This is way better than just having a good TV. Like, you can actually hear everything you would want to hear.
Wow.
Yeah.
You second that?
Yeah, that's all of that. And it's not just for special games or for one-offs, right? Like every now and then the NFL will do a Nick Toon type coverage or something like that, and you get some of those weird moments, those fun sort of moments there because they're trying to teach the game to a younger audience. The UFL is like, no, we're teaching it to everybody. Come in here. Let us talk to the head coach or the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator. Let us talk to quarterback fresh off of a drive and say, hey, what did you see there? And the quarterback will actually tell you the things that the quarterback saw there and some adjustments that they're thinking about making before going back out there the next drive.
The Memphis QB, and as they came off the field, they ran over and they're like, hey, how do you know what play was coming? What he explained everything, what he saw, how it happened.
They're explaining it out of breath. So interception, ran all those yards, run out of bounds, tackled, what have you, get up and, hey, what's going on there? Well, what I saw was and it's good stuff, man. It is.
It was really good.
The talent is what the talent is, but the overall production and the overall product of the UFL is really, really good.
The thing about the talent is so the NFL, everyone, you can't see anybody's faces, right? Like, you don't know what the middle linebacker for your team looks like. You're just cheering for your team. The UFL, who knows what the teams are? It's hard to. The talent's all relative. It's kind of equal because it's the same as the NFL. Like, there's stars and there's guys who aren't that good. The UFL has guys who are good and guys who aren't that good. But I don't know the difference in the Houston Roughnecks and the St. Louis Battlehawks jerseys or anything else, or the history of them. They did have the broadcast. They had Joe Tessitore was doing play-by-play. They had a real.
They got crew. Real crews on the broadcast. I will tell you the difference in the Roughnecks and the Battlehawks. The main difference is the way the Battlehawks tote the tater. Yeah. They're tater-toting bunch of mother bleepers out there.
I like the Roughnecks uniforms.
Yeah.
They were kind of like a play on the Houston Texans, red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
They're cool. Anyway.
Well, good stuff.
It was a good Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, my weekend really was planning for the week ahead, unfortunately, because I was telling you before the show, Lang, my driver's license was expiring.
Oh.
So I did what you always do, go online, right, and try to renew my license. So I went online to try and renew my license, and for some reason I couldn't get it to go through for days.
Right.
So I'm thinking their system's screwed up. So then I was like, all right, well, I have a duplicate license. Maybe this number that I'm putting in is different on that license, and let's try that one.
You didn't tell me you had a duplicate license.
Yeah, well, because I had lost my original one,
right.
but then I found it. So I have two licenses.
Shh, don't tell them.
So the number on the duplicate license is different. So I was like, well, let me try that number. So it worked, right? So I got through the system, and I was like, oh, okay, good.
Because it thinks you lost the first one, and you never found
I guess
it.
so.
Yeah.
So I'm going to renew my license. Everything's good here. Renewing it online. I get to the final step, and it says, sorry, you are ineligible because you need your picture updated. So now to get a new license, to get my picture updated, I have to go stand in line for about 5.5 hours. You can make these appointments for the Real ID, but none of them are. There's one in Johnson City tomorrow.
Do it.
That's available.
Yeah.
Or I can stand in line for 5.5 hours because everybody's in line to get this Real ID. So these lines are absurd. Someone got there at 7:30 the other day and they left at 12:30. It took them 5 hours.
And
so I'm going to try
you need
and
that
get there
to fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but you can use your passport. Which
so
I have.
Don't get the Real ID one.
But it doesn't matter. I have to get my ID renewed.
Okay.
So I might as well get the Real ID.
Does it matter? It doesn't matter the county you go to. What county you're in? Shelby County, right?
Yeah.
Because you can go to this one up
go
here.
Anywhere.
I went to the
one
I
up
was
the
telling
street.
him I went to the one in Millington last time. I had to get mine renewed,
But this wasn't. The problem is this Real ID thing was supposed to go into effect like May 7th.
Yeah.
So people are freaking out about it, and they need their ID to fly.
Just go on May 8th. You don't have to fly anywhere.
I don't have a driver's license. I'm riding hot.
Yeah, he's riding dirty.
Riding dirty.
I went to go buy some cigarettes today, and they wouldn't let me because my ID's expired.
Wait, they wouldn't let you buy cigarettes?
No.
From where?
Kroger.
Which Kroger?
They said I could buy them inside, but I couldn't buy them outside at the gas station.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Because they beep your ID.
Oh,
and my ID's, and it says your ID's expired. And I looked there, and I said, it is.
Oh, I bought some fake beer this morning at Kroger, and they did my ID, and it worked. So mine must be good.
Yeah.
I got a new ID like about 3 years ago. I went to the Millington one, which is still Shelby County, but I got there like an hour before it opened, and there was people in line, but it was like 12 people in line, so it didn't take me all day.
Yeah, this apparently is a whole new situation.
You got to know some people, Fish.
You would think.
You're kind of a
right?
big deal. Aren't you in a commercial for the Tennessee Department of Transportation?
I am in a commercial for the Tennessee Department of Transportation.
Call them up.
In fact, and then here's the worst thing. I mean, you would think I should have thrown it out there today. So then
you should have brought it up during the commercial shoot.
No kidding. So not only am I driving with an expired driver's license, I also have expired tags.
Now you really are dirty.
Now the reason I have expired tags,
they see me rolling.
I did those online March 31st.
Okay.
All right, and it's supposed to take up to 3 weeks to get your tags.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten them yet, and it says if you don't get them to call. So I called the number, and the lady says, "Yeah, you're just going to need to come by and pick them up. Just pick them up here, and no charge because you already paid for them. Just come by and pick them up." And I was like, "Okay, do I have to stand in line?" And she said, "Well, yeah, you have to stand in." There's another 2-hour line.
Yeah.
So my week basically is going to be standing in line.
When I run for mayor,
And I am
Rob,
not happy about
I'm
it.
taking care of all these problems.
You need to take care of these problems because these are stupid problems.
Yeah.
For getting my ID done, I got to stand behind 5 hours of people getting a stupid plain ID.
Over under 5 hours to stand in line to get your new driver's
I'm
license.
going to get there about
I've
6.
heard like it's crazy.
I'm hoping to get there like 6:45, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm going to go under 5 hours.
I'm gonna go on. If you get there at 6:45, I'll take the under.
Yeah.
If you get there when it opens,
the under might be 4.5. Like it might
Right.
not be significantly under. You know.
Right, but I would bet the under.
under
but
5.
not by much.
No.
I'm not planning on it being by much. Yeah. So looking forward to that.
I told you
Great week.
I got a new car in November, and it took like 5 months to get the tags. I had the paper tag riding around forever.
So yeah, I'm
And I actually called the car company, and I was like, "Hey, I haven't got my tags. The paper one expired." And the lady was like, "No, you're good. They're just
just
behind."
keep rolling.
Yeah.
The buses, their tags are all up to date, so I don't have anything to
I
worry
had a
about.
cop coming up behind me yesterday, and I was like, I'm just going to turn right. just turned.
That's another waste of your day. Get that ticket in and show up at 2:01.
You'll spend 5 hours a day turning right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, it was a wonderful weekend. I did watch the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, and the Derby was fantastic. Great race in the mud, which was a lot of fun to watch. I had 4 horses in my trifecta box on Thursday's program. 2 of them got scratched.
Yeah.
That kind of sucked.
Bad.
There's your results. Sovereignty, the winner of the Kentucky Derby. Journalism finishing second. Baeza, who was thrown into the race at the last second after the scratches, finishing third. I did have a place bet on Baeza, so that was good.
Nice.
I did cash something.
Do you get money from that?
Or not a place bet, a show bet. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay, yeah.
It was a show bet. Final Gambit and Owen Almighty rounding out the top 5. Your Japanese horses,
Luxor
Cafe and Admired Daytona, did not do well in the Kentucky Derby. So there were your results.
That
Now,
language barrier got him.
the language barrier got him. Yeah, the travel probably from Japan all the way over to Churchill Downs may have gotten them as well. The payouts for the Kentucky Derby went like this. Sovereignty was $17.96 to win, $7.50 to place, $5.58 to show. That Baeza show bet paid $5.58, so I was still ended up a lot behind. $2 exacta paid $48.32. $1 trifecta paid $231.12. And the $1 superfecta paid $1,682.
What's a superfecta? 4?
The top 4. Yeah. So that's how it finished at the Kentucky Derby. Did we watch the Derby? Did you watch?
I missed it because I was heading to River.
Oh, you were heading to River.
I was looking
did you
on
watch?
social media.
Yeah, I watched.
Did you watch?
Yeah. I had the superfecta. The first 2 horses, the first place horse, second place horse, had them in there. I had Burnham. And I had American Promise.
Yeah, American
and
Promise was a big disappointment.
What's Burnham's full name?
Burnham
Number 6.
Square.
Bo Burnham.
Yeah, I love Bo Burnham. That's why I picked Burnham because
sure.
that's Bo Burnham.
What's the Burnham Forest?
I don't know.
I think it's a forest.
Oh, really? Is that who Bo Burnham's named
Burnham
after?
Forest.
Also, either way it goes. Burnham Square and American Promise. Burnham Square 6 came in 6th place, and that's who I had winning. I also had some money on that horse to win, and then American Promise. Both of them let me down in my superfecta, but it was fun to sit down and watch. Man, believe it or not, don't watch a whole lot of horse racing during the year, but the Derby comes on and the pageantry of it all. Like I can get enthralled in that, and to see those horses take off on the wet track. It's been a while since we got a good old fashioned. Wet track, mud flinging all over the place at Churchill Downs. It was good.
Did you see Mike Tirico go down?
I did not see Mike Tirico go down, but I've seen tweets from people wishing him well. What the hell happened
Nut
with Tirico?
allergy.
He had a food allergy, like while he was hosting the thing, and like halfway through or something, he had to leave. Like I saw people on Twitter being like, "Mike Tirico sounds terrible. Why is he on the air?" And then he wasn't on the air anymore.
Yeah.
And he's did a bunch of new hits this morning, like saying, "I'm fine, don't worry."
Yeah, I had a nut allergy. That's too bad for Mike
Nuts.
Tirico. But
Can't be swallowing
the best
those
thing
nuts.
about watching the Kentucky Derby is when people talk about these horses and literally act like these horses are human beings, saying things like, "This is one that was there the other day. He knows he's better than the other horses in the race, and he's so classy." It's a horse.
That
What do you
horse,
mean?
It doesn't taunt. You know, it wins the race. It doesn't do the gun celebration or the grenade celebration.
Classy.
You know, it's just a classy horse.
Keeps it tight.
Keeps it classy. Yeah, I think it's kind of weak. The Derby was it was fun to watch though on a Saturday. And then we had the NBA playoffs. We've moved into another round of NBA playoffs into the second round after a couple of Game 7s over the weekend. The Denver Nuggets knocking off the Los Angeles Clippers and the Golden State Warriors knocking off the Houston Rockets. So now we are into round 2. The Pacers and the Cavs got underway last night with the Pacers winning Game 1. So we got some picks to make. New York and Boston here in round 2. I just think Boston. This is setting up to me to be Boston and Cleveland, even though Cleveland did lose Game 1. I'm looking forward to Boston and Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals because I think they're the two best teams in the Eastern Conference. They clearly were the two best teams in the Eastern Conference, and Cleveland was the best. And I'm looking forward to seeing if Boston is still better than them come postseason time. Boston is much better than the New York Knicks. I'm taking Boston.
I think Boston's going to win the championship this year. So I'll take them also. And I mean, this year the Knicks were what, like 0-10 against those top teams in the East.
0-4 against Boston specifically, and Boston was beating the hell out of them.
I think Boston's going to win this series pretty easily. But Cleveland, that scares me a little bit because they lost last night, and now it looks like Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter might miss tomorrow night's Game 2. Today, apparently, Kenny Atkinson at media availability was like, "There's a pretty real chance those guys are out." So that's two of their main players.
That's huge.
And then if you go down 0-2, like that's tough, you know.
Real tough. CJ?
I'll take the Celtics in 5 in this one. I'm really excited to sit down and watch. I just don't know with the struggles you brought up, Lang, about how the Knicks play against the better teams. I'm not sure if they've gotten that fixed. It was great. I loved watching that Knicks Pistons series. That was my favorite series of the first round. I'm just not sure if they have enough, especially late, because they're going to make somebody, the Celtics will, make somebody other than Brunson make the play late. And I don't know if I have a whole lot of faith in Karl Anthony Towns. He would be the next player up in that situation. If you take Brunson away, who's going to step in and make a play? Is it going to be Bridges? Is it going to be Josh Hart, Cat? I'm just not sure I trust anybody outside of Brunson with the ball late for the Knicks.
And the Knicks were able to do that one-on-one stuff against the Pistons. Like, I don't think you can do that against Boston.
Yeah.
They're gonna make you pass the ball, make you move it. And that's not what the Knicks are kind of built to do.
Yeah. In the West, you got Oklahoma City and Denver. The Thunder taking on the Nuggets. Thunder, of course, disposed of the Grizzlies in 4 games. Nuggets winning their series over the Clippers by 7. I think one thing that can benefit the Nuggets here is that they just went against a really good defensive team, and they're going to go against another really good defensive team, maybe the best, probably the best defensive team in all the NBA. So maybe they got a little prepared for the series, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Oklahoma City is going to run them ragged, and I think their defense is top-notch, even better than the Clippers, and I think offensively they have such depth throughout their starting 5 of guys that can score that I like Oklahoma City, and I think Oklahoma City is going to win this one in 5.
I think OKC wins too, but the matchup's interesting to me because, you know, the one thing Jokic is not good at is playing defense. And against OKC, like, he doesn't have to play defense because they can put him on Hartenstein and he can stay in the paint. You can put Aaron Gordon on Chet. And then you have guards you can use. I don't know if you have enough to keep up with the Thunder, but I feel like it sort of plays into Denver's hands a little bit better than it would have if they'd had to play the Grizzlies or somebody else. Because now you can let Jokic rest on one end and then really let him carry everything on the other end. But I think OKC is just too deep, and it's not a good matchup for a Nuggets team that has struggled the last 4 months, so much so they had to fire the coach. Yeah. So I'll take OKC.
I'll go Nuggets in 6. I'm not sure what they'll do with Jokic, particularly as it pertains to coming off of the bench.
Yeah.
Right. Like, they've got a couple of undersized guys coming in off of the bench. And so that means you're either going to play undersized guys against Jokic where he can see over them to make the passes necessary to facilitate the offense, or just go right through them, go over the top of them and make buckets. Or you're going to be playing Hartenstein and Chet a whole lot of minutes. And I'm not sure they can handle that. Also, Aaron Gordon is I think he'll be a problem matchup-wise for the Thunder. He's a legit vertical threat. He can go up and get the ball above the rim. He's also not tremendous, but he's a solid, more than capable three-point shooter. He can put the ball on the floor and go by you, and he's strong. He is solid. So if Chet is the one that ends up on him to start the game and for most of the game, Aaron Gordon can move him around, and that's the thing I like about this Nuggets team as it pertains to this matchup with the Thunder. There's a lot of big, solid guys who are going to get where they want to get because they can move smaller players out the way and prevent the Thunder on the other end from getting to their spots because they are bigger and more physical than what OKC is. So I'll take the Nuggets in 6.
All right, and then Minnesota and Golden State. Screw Golden State. I'm taking the Timberwolves.
That was quick.
I'll take them too. The Warriors got to be exhausted.
I just don't want to see it again.
Yeah, they've got to be wiped out after that series.
And Minnesota's so athletic.
Minnesota's a better offensive team than Houston. That was like Houston. They won that game 6 because Van Vliet was making all those crazy 3-pointers and like kind of kept them in the game. I don't think the T-Wolves are going to have that much trouble scoring against them.
They're a better offensive team than Houston. The Timberwolves are. Because if their guy isn't scoring, other dudes can pick up the scoring slack, right? Jalen Green didn't perform well offensively except for that one game the entirety of the series, and it was a real struggle for the Rockets to try and figure out things on the offensive side of the court. We just saw the Timberwolves have Anthony Edwards go out there 0 for 11 from 3, 15 points in a game, and still put up production that led to them closing out the Lakers. So with that being the case, I think Dante DiVincenzo and the rest of that supporting cast is more than capable of picking up the offensive slack should the Warriors be able to slow Anthony Edwards down. So I'll take the Timberwolves, give them to me in 6 also.
All right. One baseball note wanted to mention. Aaron Judge, I don't know if you've been paying attention. Aaron Judge is hitting .423 on the season.
Torpedo bat.
We're in May. He's hitting .423. He's got 11 home runs, 33 RBIs. His OPS, an OPS of like 800 is really good.
Yeah.
His OPS is 1287. Pretty impressive for Aaron Judge. There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. But hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145. That's leading the league in batting average, home runs, and runs batted in. For him to win the Triple Crown, just plus 145. Any of those bets interest you?
Can you put them up again? I wouldn't do the Triple Crown.
I would do the Triple Crown. I think it's the easiest one.
I don't like any of them. I wouldn't do batting 400 in the season. Maybe to have 400 at the All-Star break because we're like a third of the way there, halfway there, and he's already 420 something. Yeah, maybe that one. I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous. But who knows if anybody's going to do a torpedo bat and Aaron Judge, possibly. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, Who Said It is coming up in our next segment. And we'll have that for you. Before we get out of here, we will look at some of the action coming up this weekend, including the NBA and the NHL tonight. We got Champions League action this week and some baseball. So all that coming up here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
With a knockaway.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go.
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
I thought Penny was smart to handle this the way he handled it. He expressed frustration with the system, the chaotic nature of it. The price hike on eggs ain't got nothing on the price hike on basketball players. The same dude who cost you $150,000 last summer is costing you $500,000 right now. I understand his sentiment, but he stopped well short of criticizing PJ Haggerty.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Who said it? Who said it? Who said it?
Welcome back to the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker alongside Rob Fisher and CJ Hurt. And it's time for the game show that has swept the country from coast to coast, from Memphis to Bristol, Connecticut. It's time for Who Said It. And,
Who said it?
You guys know I like to start off with some bonus clips.
That's right.
So this one, there's not really a clip here, but not really a quote worth singling out. But the Kentucky Derby was this weekend.
Yep.
There was a lot of social media activity around the Kentucky Derby, and I sent you guys the clip that, or the note that Xavier Legette was going to be the NFL's social media correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a clip of Xavier Legette, who apparently met up with super chef Guy Fieri and talked about how to cook raccoon.
Today. All right. Oh, well, I know you're a chef, my man. Right. How you feel about cooking some raccoon?
You know what? We were just having a raccoon cooking conversation the other day. And a buddy of mine swears he is like the raccoon chef.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, really, he was giving me a whole rundown on it. So, no, I would be down with it. My motto is, we're both hunters, and our motto is if you're going to hunt it, you got to eat it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, I think, are you a raccoon chef?
Yes, sir.
Give me the breakdown on it. What's the marinade? I want to hear this.
Oh, yeah, so man, we got a little secret now. I can't give it to everybody.
You can't give me the secret?
I can't give you the secret.
As chefs, we share a chef.
Hey, I can't give you the secret now because it's some down in the bottom South Carolina type of cooking, you know what I'm saying? But I can tell you how we do it, though. We put it in the pressure cooker, let the meat fall off the bone, put it in the oven until we're going to chop it up first now.
All right.
I'll tell you, we put some little crushed peppers on it and all that now.
Okay.
Let that marinate in there. And that's how
But it's good eating?
Oh, yeah, it's good eating now.
Huh. Well, you're not going to kick down on that raccoon recipe, huh? We're talking about this all This isn't for you guys right now.
That's great.
Would you eat Xavier Legette's raccoon?
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah, easy. I eat. When my granny was alive, we used to eat barbecue raccoon.
Yeah, but you trusted her. Like I don't know if I trust
No.
Leggett.
She wasn't making it. She was getting it from somebody else.
Who was she getting it from?
I don't know. I never met this person. Like, I got to play barbecue coon meat in there. It's like, shit, let me get some of that barbecue coon meat then. Let's get it going.
I don't think I'm that desperate for barbecue meat. To try.
You eat squirrel? You've had squirrel.
No.
Never had squirrel. Never had a good squirrel soup?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Rob?
I've never had squirrel.
No squirrel.
No.
If it was
rabbit.
I've had rabbit.
I've had
Okay.
rabbit. I've
All
cooked
right.
rabbit. If it was at like a reputable restaurant, I might try it. But I'm not buying it from just pulling up somewhere I've never heard of and people I don't know making me some squirrel soup. I'm not doing that.
Tell you what, if you sound like Xavier, I'm pretty sure there's nothing I won't eat of yours.
If I sounded like Xavier, I would have definitely had all that
yes,
stuff.
yeah, right.
Here's another clip from the Kentucky Derby. I don't know if you guys saw this. The big race was on the track. Here's people racing across the top of the porta potties.
Oh, no.
So don't. I know it's the Run for the Roses and it's a classy weekend with big hats, but we kept it real out here too.
Oh, and that guy's mad at him.
No, I think that he was helping
Are
them up.
they
dapping them up.
celebrating?
Yeah, they're celebrating. I'd be so afraid that I'd take a wrong step through a porta
comes another
potty
guy.
and end up in a toilet.
Like this guy's gonna.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, God.
Go in there.
Oh, God, he
Get
almost
into
went
the
in.
toilet. Fall in the toilet, please. Tell me this is a video where fall face first, please.
Oh, my God.
For doing dumb shit.
Falling face first into the top of a porta potty is just about as gross as falling into
Yes.
one. I would think. I don't know.
Oh, the infield at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah,
Nothing
you said
better.
it. You said it was kind of trashy.
It's real trashy.
Other than
I mean,
like
you want to
day.
stay in the stands.
Yeah.
I mean, the staying in the stands with all the pretty people. Some of the infield people, they will dress up because they're at the Kentucky
It's
Derby.
the real people, though.
But it's still trash. I mean, it's
That's where I
just
belong.
drunken debauchery on the infield track.
It's pretty fun.
Guy
Fieri was-
from a guy who's talking about not liking crowds or going to a football
that is true.
game.
Guy
No,
Fieri
you would
was
not
wearing
like it.
a pink leather shirt. I don't know if you noticed
Yeah.
that. That must be like the nice guys, like the nice place.
Yes.
And then there's like,
Yeah, he sits in the stands.
all right, let's get to the clips. Here we go. Clip 1. Player 1 says, "What's that bruise on your thigh?" Player 2 says, "It was my massage." Player 1 says, "Holy blank, did you tell her you had media day?" Player 2 says, "I didn't think she'd get in there like that." And player 1 says, "Pause." Who said it?
Media day.
All right, so somebody who's done playing, somebody who's really immature also. Because that's people of a certain ilk aren't screaming pause at everything. Who's out, Rob?
Lakers.
They don't have anybody, I don't think. That there's a type of player who does. Jordan Poole would do this.
Yeah.
But I'm
How
pretty
about,
sure they've already had their media day though. Wait, is this from this week or just from
It's recent.
Recent. Okay.
All right. So probably not the Clippers or Houston, though.
No.
Milwaukee.
No.
Detroit.
Maybe they're young. They're young. I can't think of somebody who would say that though. Maybe one of the Thompson. Maybe the
I'm gonna
Thompson
go
kid.
Asar Thompson.
You're gonna go.
Yeah.
Let's roll with it.
It's WNBA media day.
Now we got the wrong media day.
It's hard to hear.
So wait, chicks pause too?
I guess so.
I didn't know everybody was pausing.
Caitlin Clark's player 1 in this interaction here. Lexi Hall, Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever.
All right.
All right.
That
Clip
picture
2.
should require a pause, shouldn't it?
Huh?
I'm just asking if we're pausing, shouldn't that picture be a pause?
I don't know.
Shouldn't we have Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hull, Indiana Fever, underneath the Fever pause? They're awfully close.
They're celebrating.
That looks like a prom picture.
They
Lane.
beat the Brazil national team by like 100 yesterday.
Beat the hell out of them.
Yeah. Did you see that?
At Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah. And Caitlin Clark autographed the uniforms of the Brazil players after the game. They asked for her autograph. All right, clip 2. He retired. He lost his momentum. He retired and led a beautiful life. He had a wife. It was a second wife, a trophy wife. What can I say? I don't like telling you everything, but we're all friends. Can we talk? He had a trophy wife. Who said it?
How many wives has Popovich had?
I don't know.
Because that would be my guess. My guess is Timmy D about Coach Pop. just because he's poking fun at him.
We did retire.
He did retire.
He did retire.
And even if he didn't have a second wife, Tim would say that to poke fun at him. We were talking about during the break before the show, Lane. You brought up the Popovich press conference when he came out in the Hefe Popovich shirt and had Manu Ginobili and Tim Duncan up on stage with him to help him take off the jacket. They seem like they're having a grand old time in San Antonio. So my guess is Pop. My guess is it's about Pop and Tim Duncan is saying it. But that's my
I'll
guess.
go with you. Let's go Tim Duncan.
Let's watch the clip.
Said, we're going to make you an offer to buy your company. And they offered him a lot of money.
This dude is
a lot of money, more money than he ever thought he could make.
clip.
And he retired, lost his momentum. He retired, and he led a beautiful life. He had a wife, I must tell you. It was a second wife. It was a trophy wife. What can I say? I don't like telling you everything, but we're all friends, right? Can we talk?
No, we're not.
We're all friends.
No.
He had a trophy wife.
This is at the University of Alabama graduation. Nick Saban introduced him, so it technically loosely fits
Sports
in.
related, yeah.
I did see. Did you see earlier today Trump's latest initiative? He wants to bring back Alcatraz.
Good job, Donald. That's when
I kinda
America
like
was
that.
great.
I'm like, all right, that'd be kind of cool. Have Alcatraz back as like the supermax prison for the country.
Yeah.
Put all the bad guys out there. Maybe get Nicolas Cage involved. Sean Connery.
Yes.
Sean Connery's not alive, is he?
Sean Connery, yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Is it? I don't think so.
Yeah, he's alive.
No?
I'm pretty sure Sean Connery is still alive.
Sean Connery is still alive.
Died in 2020.
Seriously? 2020?
He's been dead 5 years.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's R.I.P. Sean Connery.
All right, here we go. Clip 3. The thing about watching film is you got to be willing to accept the bad. Most people, they only want to watch when it's good. I want to watch the games when I play bad. What could I have done better? That's the perspective that helped me change. Who said it?
That's somebody who is maturing.
That is someone
That's
who's
somebody
maturing.
insightful.
I'm going to go with Jalen Brunson.
Oh, okay. I'll roll with it.
Roll it.
The thing about watching film is you got to be willing to accept the bad. I think most people, they only want to watch it when it's good.
Wasn't stupid
So
enough
I
for
want
it
to
to
watch
be
the games
Ant.
when I play bad.
I thought,
like the game tonight,
yeah.
when I play bad, like what could I have done better? And I think that's the perspective that helped me change as far as my playmaking and seeing the floor. I want to see what I can do better. And yeah, I think that's what we did after game two. Me and my trainer, C. Hines, we just
He's
watched
as good
4
as
in
they
the morning.
come.
He called
Do you
me.
like the microphone that
he
just
woke,
says
I'm seeing
app?
stuff.
App.
He says
Love
app.
apps.
He's as good as they come at what?
As being a dude to root for, isn't he?
I don't root for him.
Off the court or on?
On the court. He's a great player. He's got all the charisma. He's got the trash talk. His post-game sound is always intriguing. I think he's got very smart things to say, very stupid things to say, funny things to say. I mean, he's a little bit of everything. I love Anthony Edwards. We talk about faces of the NBA. Anthony Edwards could be a face of the NBA. Should be.
I think he's a post-game All-Pro. I don't like his game at all. I think he takes unnecessarily tough shots. He'll make some, but he'll take those tough shots. And you can take way easier shots. Everything doesn't have to be as hard as you're making it. And I think we fall in love with the fact that he makes tough shots and not necessarily looking at why is he taking tough shots component of it. He'll also lay an egg. He laid an egg in that Lakers game, in the game they eliminated the Lakers in. And the team was still able to rally and close them out. He doesn't know how to yet. He's still young. So that's the caveat of this. He doesn't know how yet to impact the game on the offensive side of the court when the defense is focused on taking him away. He is too content with being, okay, I'm being doubled. Here's the ball. Somebody else do something with it. And then he kind of just stands in no man's land trying not to touch the ball because he doesn't want to be double teamed again. I would like for him to be a bit better as a facilitator. I would like for him to take easier shots as well. I would like for him to shut the hell up also. Anthony Edwards, Jameis Winston, those dudes, they irk me for some reason. I don't really know why. Now, Anthony Edwards is way better at his job than Jameis is at his, but still, like I want a bit more from him.
I think in our first year here of Who Said It, I think Hall of Fame already nominees for year one would be Jameis. Certainly, he's on there.
Xavier Legette.
And Xavier Legette and Ant, I think would be right up there.
I don't know. It feels like
guys that we'll have to vote
feels
for.
like we haven't had that many Ant quotes. To me,
So
you
wait,
guys,
how many
kiss
people?
him a lot,
Yeah, we do guess.
but it hasn't always been Anthony.
How many people are we putting into the introductory Who Said It Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Do we do one a year? Like maybe last show of the year we do a Hall of Fame?
Just one? Wow.
Not one person, but do like
One ceremony.
One ceremony with 4 or 5 different people. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that at the end of the year.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, clip 4.
I wonder if they'll do that in Bristol.
We should. We should do it in Bristol. We should have our ceremony in Bristol, just right outside.
Just outside of ESPN?
Yeah. Clip 4, or we should have one of it be the nominees just be all ESPN anchors.
Oh, I can't name any of those people.
Clip 4, what did it mean to silence the crowd today? Player says, it meant a lot. This crowd be annoying me. Hometown feels good. I got my family here, so yeah.
Who silenced the crowd this week? Russ went back to LA, but did they win in LA or did they lost? I think they lost in LA. Oh. And anybody in that Rockets Warrior series from the Bay? Anybody on the
Van Vliet?
Van Vliet in the Bay?
I thought he was Canadian.
Is he Canadian?
Is he Canadian? He plays a lot. He played in Toronto. I don't think Van Vliet is Canadian.
He might be from.
He went to Wichita State.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Canadians can go there also for now.
He's from Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
Is he?
So no.
The Canada of the South.
How about Karl Anthony Towns?
Is Cat from Detroit?
I don't know.
He's from New
Cat
Jer-
isn't from,
he's from New Jersey.
Detroit. Is there anybody from New York on the Pistons? I don't know. Rob, you got a guess?
I don't know. How about I don't know. I'll go Jalen Brunson again.
Earlier you guys guessed Asar Thompson for one of them.
Yeah.
It's close. Watch.
You grew up coming to Warriors games. You grew up going to Steph Curry's basketball camp. What did it mean to silence the crowd tonight?
It meant a lot, man. This crowd be annoying me. So just silence them, obviously. You know, hometown, it feels good. I got my family here. And, yeah.
I didn't know they were from the Bay.
From the Bay. Went to Steph Curry basketball camp.
Nice.
How about that? Amen Thompson. You know their middle name, don't you?
No.
Asar and Amen share a middle name?
No.
It's spelled XLNC.
Oh, excellence. I did know that.
Excellence. Yeah, XLNC is how it's spelled.
I didn't know that. That's like sort of like the Lance Stevenson. You remember, like his father was known as Stretch, and then there was Lance, and then there was another brother also named Lance, but it was spelled Lantz.
Oh,
so they're both Lances, but just different. Yeah. All right. What are we on? Number 5, clip 5. My ability to be a force in nature on the floor is what I pride myself on. It may be a turnover, it may be a missed shot, but it may be a steal, maybe a dunk, maybe a missed 3, maybe a made 3. It's going to be all of that.
I know this one.
Yeah, you might know it. This one was on like SportsCenter and stuff.
Yeah, this one is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know, my ability to be able to be
he pulls it off.
A force of nature on the floor is what I pride myself on. So whatever that looks like, it may be a turnover, it may be a missed shot, but it may be a steal, maybe a dunk, maybe a missed 3, maybe a made 3. It's going to be all of that. It's going to be everything. So you just take it for how it comes.
I like the self-awareness there. Like you kind of feel like you normally don't see that from Westbrook, and he's like, might be a mystery, might be a turnover. He owns up to it.
I mean, that rivers are forces of nature, and we've managed to find ways to control them by building dams, and we can get hydroelectric type stuff going on. That's all you got to do with Russ. Like he is a force of nature. You just got to find a way to control it so that it doesn't end up engulfing your whole team. I think he had a really, really good series against the Clippers, and I look forward to seeing what he does coming off the bench for the Nuggets against the
his
Thunder.
whole team.
Yeah,
it's been interesting watching him because when he was younger, like when he was on the Thunder, I went to the finals when they played Miami that year. Like he was like the Terminator, the Terminator 2, the one that like they'd hit with the axe and it would split apart and come back together. Like he was unstoppable. Like, you know,
I've always
the
liked
athleticism and everything. I always say he reminded me of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, how the ninjas could like run across the surface of the water without falling in. That was Russ. Like he was so athletic and everything.
I think there are things like we were talking about with Ant. I think with Russ, there are stupid things that he does, stupid things that he says, stupid things he gets engaged with fans.
Yeah.
But the thing that I've always appreciated about Russell Westbrook is that the dude busts his ass every night on the floor. He never takes a play off.
I agree.
And I've always respected that about Russ.
And hardly ever misses games.
No.
He's always out there.
Yeah.
So, all right, last one. Clip 6. They're the best team in the NBA throughout the season. I had a good friend make me feel awful. I said, if we win this series, we got to play a team that's 68-14. He said, no, they're 72-14. I said, oh, that's right. Appreciate that, bro. Who said it?
Okay. Best record was the Thunder, right?
Yeah.
They're 72.
So someone from Denver?
So somebody from Denver.
I'm going to go Aaron Gordon.
I'd say Jamal Murray.
All right.
Let's see.
I'll say this about them. They're the best team in the NBA throughout this season.
The Mad TV guy.
And I had a really good friend the other day make me feel awful.
Looks like Fred
I said, yeah, if we win this series, man, we got to play a team that's 68-14. He said, no, man, they're 72-14. I said, okay, that's right. Appreciate that, bro.
He was also the one who said he was watching the X-Files with his kids last week. He's becoming a Who Said It mainstay.
Yeah, all-star.
Oh, they counted the playoff sweep.
Yeah, that's what
I got you.
All right, that's this week's Who Said It.
All right, there you go. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We got some fish nuggets, and we'll look ahead to what's coming up this week in the world of sports. It's all ahead. And some free picks maybe before we get out of here today as well. It's all ahead here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With special guests 3 doors down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 tour.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
This felt exceptionally personal with Shedeur Sanders, and it will never sit right with me.
Somebody may have missed out on a good quarterback. I don't know if Shedeur is going to be a hit or not. I am all for not taking okay quarterbacks early because you're just desperate for a quarterback. I'm fine with that. But that's not what this is.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We're going to do our pick six favorite Outkast songs in honor of Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Elevators is the most creative.
Me and you.
Yes. Your mama and your cousin too.
And I can't. Every time I hear somebody say me and you, I
just go to the next one, right?
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Odds Couple Monday edition of the large program. Final segment. We got some free picks before we get out of here today. Also, tell you what's coming up this week in the world of sports. But first, we got some nuggets to get to. Some fish nuggets. We'll start with horse racing. How about this one? Every horse in the 2025 Kentucky Derby field was a descendant of Secretariat.
He be stroking.
That's
good stuff.
That's incredible.
Are all horses related?
I mean, everything is related, Lang, if you go back far enough.
Apparently all the racehorses are.
No, but that's the whole thing. Once they get done racing, like, hey, here's a stud, and wouldn't you want?
Yeah, but apparently only one of them
because he was
effective at it.
Because he was the best one.
I guess.
That's a triple crown winner.
Just because you're a racehorse doesn't mean you're a great stud, though.
Yeah.
Really? I think that is all easy peasy. Just bring the mayor in, and they got somebody to get everybody all juiced up, and then have you seen the videos?
What's the mayor got to do with this?
Isn't that the lady? Yeah, the female.
I thought you said the mayor.
Yeah, get the mayor, get Mayor Young involved, right? No.
He can help Rob with his license, though.
Yeah, maybe. He's begging for help from the state. He wants martial law declared, so he's trying to figure some things out. Have you seen the videos of the stud process?
No.
Like, it's real simple, man. They come in, get the mayor worked up, and then I think
those type of videos are not legal
They
in Tennessee.
hold the stud through and help it so doesn't get wasted.
Secretariat's great at it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, all of them are great at it because they don't do anything.
I guess none of them are good except
Secretariat.
Secretariat.
I mean, at the mating process, his genes are the best genes, though. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's wild.
The Colorado Avalanche.
Wait, does Secretariat go to Japan at some point?
I don't know.
If he would have to, or the mayor or the mayors come here, get studded out, and then they send them back to Japan for the birth.
I don't know.
I just realized they got the Japanese horses in this. Yeah.
Can you imagine getting flown to Japan to take care of business, to help with a population crisis? They're having a population crisis. They're trying to get more breeding done. They're thinking about, get this, 4-day work week and $1,000 to breed people.
Wow.
Yeah, just take off and go breed.
It's like you're considering it.
Hey, listen, man, I am.
All right.
Easy peasy.
The Secretariat of Grind City Media.
Although my jeans aren't good, Lane.
We don't know.
I know.
I've never seen you race.
I'm telling you, you beat me in a race. You don't want my jeans.
I don't know. I'm pretty old.
Oh, all right. The Colorado Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado Avalanche of the NHL. They are the first team in MLB, NBA, NHL history to lose 7 consecutive Game 7s.
I thought they were the ones to lose 7 consecutive Game 7s.
That sucks.
That is not good.
No, that's unfortunate.
Is James Harden on the roster? He's got to be up there.
No kidding. Good Game 7 from him last night, huh? The Kings, the Sacramento Kings, are the second team in sports history to be eliminated by the same opponent in the opening round of the playoffs 4 years in a row. The other was the Bruins, lost to the Canadiens in the opening round in 1984 through 1987.
It's a little bit tricky though, because the Kings. Does this count the play-in tournament?
Yeah, that's postseason.
But those games don't count. I mean, that's only one game. You know what I mean?
Oh no, this is hockey.
Oh,
this is the Los Angeles Kings. Did I say Sacramento?
Yes,
I did. I'm
I
sorry.
thought it was Sacramento.
I don't know. I just thought it was Sacramento.
I thought it was Sacramento. Okay.
Los Angeles Kings. Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers. In 6 playoff games for the Pacers this season, he's got 71 assists, 13 threes made, and 7 blocks. He's the first player in NBA history to reach each of those numbers in any span of 6 postseason games.
Overrated.
The Denver Nuggets are the first team in NBA history to have 6 different players score 15 or more points in a Game 7.
They just routed those dudes.
Just under 17% of the Lakers' points in the Timberwolves series came in the fourth quarter, 85 of 502. It's the lowest percentage by any team in any playoff series in NBA history.
They weren't supposed. That wasn't supposed to be their problem, because you got 2 dudes who can close out games in LeBron James and Luka.
Yeah,
that was shocking.
It's almost like they were tired by the end of the game.
Weird, huh?
Well, get in better shape, I guess.
Yeah. The Spurs, San Antonio Spurs, have won back-to-back Rookie of the Year with Victor Wembanyama and Stefan Castle. The last team to do that, the Minnesota Timberwolves, with Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns.
How fast it changes. Now neither of those guys are on the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
You know.
Wiggins has moved around a bit.
Heat now? Heat.
Yeah. The Yankees, by the way, on the 29th, that's when they rake. March 29th, 4 home runs in the first inning. April 29th, 4 home runs in the first inning.
Somebody remind me May 29th.
Yeah, I was going to say, set an alarm.
Torpedo Bats, May 29th. Bet on the Yankees on the over for runs scored in the first inning. All right, there you go. There are the Fish and Nuggets. We got NBA action tonight. 2 games in the NBA tonight. The New York Knicks in Boston to open up that series, and the Denver Nuggets in Oklahoma City to open up that series. I'm very excited about Denver, Oklahoma City. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
I'm more into the Knicks Celtics.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just Knicks. Or
I don't really get excited watching Denver play. I don't know what it is. Like, Denver doesn't really do it for me.
Because it's crazy Jokic.
Yeah. And like the other guys are just kind of out there, you know. And I don't know.
NHL, we got 1 game tonight. The Florida Panthers taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs, game 1 of that series. Toronto at home in this game, and they are an underdog.
As well they should be.
Yeah.
Panthers all the way to the cup.
Panthers all the way to the cup. Yeah, they
and
got to
hoisting
open up on the road. And hoisting Lord Stanley's Cup. And then don't forget, we got the Champions League action this week as well.
Right.
Game 2s of these home-and-home matches. First, we got Inter Milan. And I'm sorry, that's not first. First, we got who is that one? That is Barcelona,
PSG, and Arsenal.
PSG,
Arsenal. Sorry, Arsenal and PSG in that first match. PSG, the favorite at +110, and then we got the other one is Inter Milan and Barcelona. That is the other match. The favorite there is Barcelona at +120, but pretty close. Inter Milan at +195. Those games will be played on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that the aggregate scores in that one, PSG leads their aggregate 1-0. The other one is tied at 3-3. And then we got Cardinals and the Braves both in action this week. How are the Braves doing?
We had to play the Dodgers.
Oh, that's not
But
fun.
they had won 8 out of 10 before that.
Yeah.
We at least won one against the Dodgers.
Braves,
the Reds this week.
Braves got the Reds to open up the week. Cardinals, they got the
the Cardinals knocking off the Mets.
Yeah, Cardinals beat the Mets 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah.
Lost 2 bets during that series. Cardinals.
I would have done the same.
Favored over the Mets today. Miles Michaelis on the hill for the Cardinals today. All right, any free bets before we leave?
I would take, now that I'm a UFL expert, along with CJ, on Sunday, the Battlehawks are playing the Showboats. Battlehawks are only favored by 4. Which feels like a terrible line. The Battlehawks are 4-2, and Memphis is 1-5, and they don't have a quarterback. So
the Showboats cover though. I think the Showboats are one of the better.
They didn't last week.
Didn't they cover last week?
Oh yeah, but it was like the line was like 14 or something crazy.
But even if the line was
this is
2,
only 4.
Even if the line was 2, the Showboats only lost by 1.
Yeah,
so the Showboats will do that.
I'm taking the Battlehawks -4.
I rock with you. I'm leaning that way also, Lang. I'll do a parlay. Give me KC money line. And then give me the Dodgers money line. It'll be plus 113, so you'll make $5 bet. You'll make about $5. So.
All right, a couple of baseball. I like the Cubs over the Giants tonight, and Arizona over the Mets. Arizona at home taking on the Mets. Love that one. That's my play of the day.
Also,
today.
if you're into the sports gambling, the UFL, like they break in during the game, give you live line updates, over/under updates, stat updates. It's like gambling times 5 on those games. So it's pretty good if you're
Lang with a full endorsement of the UFL here today.
I'm in.
Fantastic.
I can't tell you one player.
Yeah, well, you can bet on it, though.
Yeah, I'm going to.
All right. That's going to do it for us here on this Monday edition of The Odds Couple. We'll be back with you on Thursday at 2 o'clock, looking ahead to the weekend coming up. For Lang, for CJ, I'm Fish. Enjoy the week of sports. Enjoy and good luck with all your bets as well. And until next time, so long, everyone. This is The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.